3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. Today's comic is Superman Action Comics. Welcome back. I'm Ash, and this is issue 1016. And oh my gosh, man, I would say that Brian Michael Bendis has completely lost the plot. But over all the issues I've been doing of Superman and Action Comics, I have yet to see one. And I don't say this to be hyperbolic. I literally cannot find a plot in these 30 plus, almost 40 issues now that Bendis has written. It's just nonsense. And the last issue of Superman was all an excuse to prop up and promote Legion of Superheroes, his new project. The last issue of Action Comics was to prop up and promote his other project, Naomi, that he's doing. And this issue just turns up the volume. Let's get into it. Oh, God. Being a hero isn't about having superpowers. Isn't all about having superpowers. It's about having a voice, too. No, it's not. Shut up with your stupid progressive bullshit. It's not about... Being a hero has nothing to do with having a voice. Okay? Maybe that's important. That's not what a hero is. Real heroes are... Oh, God. It triggers me every time I see that. Speaking of triggering, no, this isn't really triggering, but this is getting really annoying. This whole Daily Planet, like, fake Twitter page, Chirper, I think is what they call it. It bothers me because, number one, it's just lazy. It's just it takes up a page that Brian doesn't have to write, and they just do it breaks the fourth wall. You're like, well, what are you talking about? Well, first of all, you'll have like I don't know if this one actually does it. Well, here we go. Like, whatever happened to Young Justice inside the disappearance of the super team? This one doesn't really do it as much, but they'll like reference comic books, like one of them had like the last issue of Jimmy Olsen or something, and I'm like, wait a second, why does Metropolis, like, why is the Daily Planet aware of what we're reading? You know, for example, look, I don't know, this annoys me. I'm going down a rabbit hole now. Moving on. All right, this just starts with a heaping pile of shit, right from the get-go. This book. Now, if you saw my review of Superman 2016 or 1016, you'll understand. Like, man, I tore into that. That book was atrocious. That was Bendis just pooping out nonsense. This book, I feel, was probably written on the same day because he's in that exact same mindset. There is no sense of narrative or plot to be found here. What you have is a big scene of destruction. And then you have these random images of man on the street. So we open up with Trish. Hi, Trish Q. Daily Planet. Did you see what happened here? It's Metropolis. It happens. You're going to give me a hard time too? No, ma'am. What happened here? It's Metropolis. Now, where do I go? I don't know where to go. Do I go down here? Do I go over to here? I'm going to go to the right. I didn't see where it started. I never do. It's one of those things where you've already written the story, and in your head, you just want to fill in the blanks in for you, or you're really asking. I felt the wind, and I looked up. Then we see these guys. This is so stupid. I saw him tear up a little during it. Who? Him, during the fight. Oh my God, why are you so threatened by him? It did. Do these two dudes look like they would talk like that? And where's their drumsticks? They're supposed to be like playing the these paint cans. Like, it was exciting. Insurance is never going to pay for this now, but my God, you should have seen it. I have seen him stare down gunfire. I have seen him not raise a hand to real violence. Does this kid look like a guy who would say that? And what the hell is he selling? He's selling paper wrapped fish, just whole fish. What the hell? If Superman is throwing down, you know the fight has to happen. We see these two guys apparently tossing pizza dough. Then you know there was no other way. It was right here. We had suddenly front row seats to the battle of the century. I could see his face. I've never actually seen his face before. And I could see Superman was in trouble. Now, if these voices all sound the same, I didn't try to do different voices for these characters, it's because they all sound the same. Bendis doesn't write anyone any different. They all sound like, I'm assuming, how Brian Michael Bendis talks in his head. They all talk the same. And so we see a couple of panels of Superman fighting Red Cloud, but there's no narrative of the action. It's just Red Cloud charging into Superman, more charging to Superman, Superman kind of writhing in pain. Okay, but what's happening? Department Intel calls her the Red Cloud. She's literally made out of a red cloud. I saw her. At first I thought it was a red tornado. Do you remember the red tornado? Who picks a fight with Superman? Some people have a death wish, but he doesn't kill people. Not the first time I've seen Superman fight. You can tell when he's had it under control, and you can tell when he does not. That's not a criticism of him. The Red Cloud has been terrorizing this part of the city for almost a year. The kind of things that you can't even go to the police about. People come to us sometimes. I saw it too. My heart won't stop beating. I don't know if she's like an alien or one of those, I don't know what you call them, from that place. She has real powers, and she was all over him. I even saw him do that thing where he really unleashes. Whew, the air vibrated, and nothing. Okay, you're like, why, Ash, why are you reading this? Okay, I wanted to drill this into you. This is what this whole book is. Look, page after page of just people talking like this. And then, you get a big shot of someone zotting. That's right. Because this is Brian Michael Bendis' Superman. And he can never be allowed to triumph. Superman always gets saved by someone else in his own book. Brian Michael Bendis always, and mostly it's a woman comes to save him, but not always. Sometimes it's his archenemy Zod. But, oh my goodness. And here, Superman gets saved, and we don't actually see much happening. It's just the Zod, and then it's like, did you see where the projectile came from? Hell yeah, I did. It totally came from, it came from up there. No, it was not a projectile. It was a person. She's not the red tornado. I'm just saying there was a red tornado. Oh, God. It doesn't end. It just keeps going. Oh, okay, but there is a pause. And 22 minutes ago in the Hall of Justice. No, seriously, what's Leviathan? Don't worry about that, Miss McDuffie. I think I'm going to worry about it. If I were you, I'd focus on the enormous amount of powers you were just gifted. I would, and I will. But Superman, he said Leviathan and then flew away worried. Oh, all the Leaguers do that kind of thing all the time, says Jaina. Sometimes Wonder Woman looks worried and angry and just stands there. What? Are you dizzy at all? Anxious? Are you normally? Anxious? Well, yeah. You're 16. 17. Can you take me to the place where you first unlocked your powers? Home? Yes. Whoa, wait. Is that live? Yes. Yes, it is. Put out the call. All active Leaguers head to the Bay, Metropolis, and Alpha Formation. Alpha Formation? What the fuck? Let's get all the intel on Metropolis crime and see just where this red cloud came from. Is he in trouble? Superman's empathy for his hometown criminals is a little frustrating. Suit up. Who's the nearest Leaguer who can? Where's Cyborg? Diana? I can help. You stay. Do I have to? You're an untested alpha power with no training whatsoever. Under no circumstances are you to... Alpha power? Yeah. Okay, thanks, bye. And to this, Batman smiles. Batman never smiles. He especially wouldn't smile at some upstart teen Mary Sue like this. And so that lightning strike that we saw, it's her. 22 minutes later, saving Superman. And then we go back to, so it was a person. It was a kid. Teenager for sure. New power. Never saw her before. And I'm on all the sites. Might be from the rumored Young Justice reboot. Are you kidding me? Bendis just wrote in kids talking about Young Justice as a reboot. But okay, so we just get more people, man on the street, talking about what they saw, and what they saw was just a fight, essentially. I saw a fight. Things were fighting, more fighting. And, I guess I've beleaguered this point to death because I need to ingrain to you, like, how much it just goes on. And Trish just keeps talking to people, and they just keep talking like I did. Now, the side part of the story is Batman and Superman and the Justice League, apparently, that don't show up, going back to Naomi's home in the Pacific Northwest, Oregon. Naomi? Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Yes. Batman and Superman. Superman and Batman just said hi, Mom, to Naomi's mom. You waited here all night? I waited here. Your dad is waiting at home. Hi. Mom, meet Superman. Ma'am? Ma'am? I mean that in the warmest regard. Oh, I know. I was just, I have to text your father. What? This dialogue doesn't even make sense. Is she upset? Is she triggered? Oh, no, she's okay. And they just have this strangest, stupid conversation. Batman is around here somewhere. So you've had an adventure? Has there been any kind of trouble of any kind? Like any more alien invaders from another dimension? Nope. You've been through a lot. For what it's worth, my family went through something similar. First with me, and then when my son was born. There's a lot of real love here. Anyone can see that. Oh, jeez. You'll get through this. Thank you, Superman. Sincerely. Now, did anyone read the Naomi comic? Because if you did, do you remember her mom looking like this? What is it with this artist that loves to draw attractive women and turn them into this, right? Like, look, I understand real mothers look this way, right? And I'm not trying to say, oh, your mom's ugly. Like, this is comic books. This is fantasy. Furthermore, there's a thing called consistency and continuity. We've already seen how Naomi's mom looks from the book. She looks nothing like this. This is taking someone just and uglifying her. Like, what the? Why do this? I don't understand. It really, I don't know why it stands out so strong to me, but it's like the artist of this book didn't even look at Naomi, the comic book, before. And it's like, what am I drawing? Okay, whatever. Like, there's just, no one seems to give a shit about this book. Least of all the creative team. And that's sad. So, anyways, she says, thank you, Superman. And then, oh, here's Batman. This is my mom. I'm Batman. Damn right you are. Mom! Sorry, I meant, wow. I mean, thank you for helping my daughter. I'm a pretty good judge of this kind of thing. Your daughter has what it takes. Oh, but that much power is a crutch. Ask him. Blobbity, blobbity, blobbity. Just Mary Sue. Here's Naomi. She's got the powers of a god, and now she's going to be the new top hero of the DC universe because because of all the wonderful things Bendis does. And then they talk about, well, we need to get Star Labs to watch over this because we don't have time to do this. You can't do it. I can't do it, says Batman and Superman. And then Superman's like, well, Star Labs, something's wrong with Star Labs. And he's like, that's okay. We'll watch Star Labs. Dude, you just said you don't have time to watch this. That's why you're going to delegate it to someone else. But there's something fishy about them, so now you're going to watch over. It's just so stupid. And then this freaking weirdo woman beams out of nowhere. I'm Dr. Glory from Star Labs. My goodness, this is very exciting. She must not be talking about this comic, because this comic is not exciting at all. And then we cut over to the secret mafia goon, that girl, Miss Leone, who seems to do fucking nothing. The Red Cloud. Her powers were completely jacked up, Miss Leone. She was not acting in the interest of the organization, and I have it on pretty good authority that it was Lex Luthor gave her an upgrade. I like a second source on these things before I come to you with them, but this is a big one. I'm your second source, Mr. Strong. Oh, jeez, yes. Oh, God. Anyway, so she's now at the end. We're going to come out of the shadows. Our secrecy no longer matters. What? Why does it no longer matter? Because nothing matters in Bendis Comics. And that's the end of Action Comics 1016. Hopefully, my video wasn't too boring for you to watch. I'm sure that it probably was, because this was a pile of crap. There's nothing that happens in this book. Just nonsense. It's literally Bendis just writing panel after panel of man on the street, and they don't say anything but just random nonsense. So she's a cloud, but she's also stronger than them. He screamed in not pain, like anger. Yeah, not pain, frustration. He was having trouble fighting back, or the cloud lady just had his number. Like, that's... I don't want to make it sound like Soups wasn't trying. He was really giving it his all. We ain't making fun. Don't make fun. That's this book. It's just over and over. There's no story. Oh, by the way, Naomi's got powers. Let's go visit her mom. There's no plot. It's bad art. It's horrendous writing. This is a guy who is supposed to be top of his game. This is a guy who's been given complete control over Superman. Jonathan Hickman has been given complete control over X-Men. But when you read House of X and Powers of X, you understand why. He's the first person that has a vision for the book in ages. Superman, conversely, was doing its best runs in ages. Peter Tomasi and Dan Jurgens were a killer duo on Action Comics and Superman. Peter Tomasi was killing it with developing Superman and his son. It might be the best Superman in decades. But DC, unlike Marvel, which took a shit project or a shit run of X-Men that had been failing for, we can't even count how long, and put a superstar on it that transformed it into something worthwhile, so people excited, DC did the exact opposite. DC took something that people were more excited for than they had been in forever, and just said, we're going to shit can this, and we're going to put this no talent hack. I don't want to say no talent. He might have talent, but he's certainly a hack. He's not writing anything. And because he's got no one over him, there's no oversight, apparently he can just do whatever he wants. Everyone's asleep at the wheel at DC, because anyone who knows comics, if you're a professional editor, if you're someone, Dan Didio should be able to flip through this book and just be like, this is freaking garbage. Bendis, did you write anything? What is this? We're paying you a lot of money to helm our flagship character, and this is what you're doing? All right, I'm done with this. I feel it's like my duty to keep doing these videos, because sometimes they're actually fun to rail. They're therapeutic and cathartic to rail against Bendis. I used to try to defend him. I wanted to see good. I wanted him to succeed. But he's just getting worse and worse and worse. And yeah, let's just see where it goes. Hopefully I saved you another $4.99. Please don't waste your money on this garbage. Go buy some good comics. Keep enjoying good comics. Don't support bad comics. I'm Ash. This was a comic. Thanks for watching.